Welcome into Bulls Field here on Tauron as we get ready for the Tauron Bulls and the Picon Panthers. Glad you are with us here, match number 5 here in week 3. I am Nate Lisco, ready to get this one underway. Tauron, only team without a result yet, 2 draws for the Bulls. They scored a late one against Sagittarian last week to salvage a point as they take on the Picon Panthers. 1-1 on the season for Picon. As there you see, I believe this is the home opener for Tauron. As the captains meet at midfield, we are ready to go in there. There you see Casillas for Picon, their first pick in the draft. Let's take a look at the Tauron starting 11. Vorm in net. Ezekiel Lavetzi, their number 1 pick. He's had a quiet year. Lavetzi, I think he has a goal for Tauron in their first 2 games. Expecting a little more out of him. Here's Picon starting 11. There you see Casillas anchoring the defense in net. Negredo looking to be the goal scorer up front for the Panthers. Frank Lampard had a couple goals last week as well. So here we go. The visiting Picon Panthers in the white jerseys with red stripe. They are moving right to left across your screen. Home Tauron Bulls in the blue and gold striped jerseys. They will be moving left to right across your screen. Negredo tried to get offensive right off the bat. He tried dribbling in, got immediately smothered by the Tauron defense. Picon's coming out a little bit aggressive here. Their first couple attempts in. Here's Lampard. He's going to give it up to Negredo. Has a run down near the bottom of your screen. Don't think you ever saw it before it got taken off his feet. There's Ruben Amorim for Tauron. The Bulls have played very, very solidly. Not a ton of points to show for their efforts, though. That's going to be taken away by Ruben. Lee Dong-gook trying to move forward now. He's going to send it off to Negredo, far side. Negredo trying to work around Aliciu. Does a pretty good job of it, but the centering pass was not great. It hits the side netting. So Michael Vorm will send it back out for Tauron. There is Ezekiel Lavetzi. He's going to send a long ball through, attempting to get it to Bergesio, and he will not be able to track it down before it heads over the end line. Casillas puts it back into play for Picon. Controlled by the Bulls. Here's Cersei. He gives it to Bergesio. Back to Ruben. Ruben has some pretty good space here in the middle of the pitch. Good job by the Picon defense taking it off his feet. Johnson trying to dribble through, has it taken away by Park. Park loses possession, but Lavetzi will pick him up on the back end. Here's Ezekiel Lavetzi trying to get to the penalty area. Instead, he's going to run it to the end line now. He tries to get a centering pass in, and 2 not so wonderful passes from Lavetzi to start this match. As Casillas boots it back into play. Lavetzi takes it off the feet of Johnson, but can't quite keep it on the correct side of the touchline, so throw in for Picon. Here's Gook. Gives it off to Drenth. Drenth had 2 assists on both Lampard goals last week. Tauron trying to move it forward. Picon making sure that doesn't happen. As Cersei picks it up for the Bulls. Tries to get it to the middle. Nobody home for Tauron. Ball forward now for Negredo. Park will take it off his feet. Give it up to Ruben. Ruben back to Park. Very slow, measured game thus far. Here's Amorim trying to drive in. He's picked up by Olsen from Picon. Olsen wins the challenge cleanly. But neither team really going for the fast jabs. There's been a lot of slow build-up, a lot of poking, trying to find the hole in the defense. Ruben working around Lampard. Lampard goes to ground, can't keep him down. Cersei is onside in the penalty area. He will turn it for Rossi. Rossi turns back to the middle now. Has the shot, hit the post. Cersei's there for the rebound, and he sends it wide. Golden opportunity for Tauron. Ball off the post, and just not quite able to direct it inside the near post was Cersei. So Tauron misses a golden one. See if picon can capitalize now. They take the free kick short for Olsen. He's going to give it off to Sagna. They will send it all the way out wide for Johnson. Back to the middle for Sagna. Now he tries to move it forward for Negredo. And on the near side for Drenth. Initially loses the challenge, but he will maintain possession. Forced to drop it back to Olsen, though, and Olsen hits a bad pass out over the touchline. Picon's offense has not looked sharp here early 13 minutes of this match. Their passing has not been all that crisp, and they've been losing just about every challenge. As Lavezzi passes it back to Peruzzi for Tauron. Here is Lavezzi dribbling back down to the middle of the pitch. Tried to chip it forward, got it back. Now the chip forward for Borgesio. Gabriel Silva wins the head in the air for Picon. And they will eventually get it to Frank Lampard. Lampard wants to move forward for the Panthers. He gives it off to Negredo. Negredo has one more, and so he's going to try to flick it back to Lampard. And Lampard will lose the challenge. Here's Lavezzi. He gives it off to Park. Down to Cersei here on the near sideline. Cersei chips forward for Rossi, who was just a step offside. So we take a look. It looks like, yep, good call by the official. Could not quite trail that back foot. Ball sent forward now for Park. We've got a whistle and an injury. I believe it was an injury. As Lee Dong-guk will check out, Emnes will check in. So we will try to find out what that injury is as well. As the drop ball given right back to Tauron. So early substitution here for Picon. Probably not what they had in mind when they had their plan today, and a striker is down as well. So as Park tries to dribble forward, he gets around Thiago. Thiago went to ground, couldn't quite get the challenge there. But the pass forward for Lavezzi was not a great one, and it will be taken back by Picon. Gabriel Silva forced to dribble it all the way back to his own back line before giving it away. Ball forward now for Johnson. Johnson trying to send through. Park stamps that out before it gets there. Lampard had it taken off his feet as well. Here's Emnes trying to move forward. Elisiu does a good job on the defensive side of things for Tauron to take it away. There's Ruben Amorim moving forward with it. He's got Cersei here on the near side. 4 white jerseys trailing the ball. Here's Ruben Amorim, still with it on the touchline. Good defensive play just to get it out. Give the defense a chance to reset. Ball is going to be thrown into Peruzzi for the Bulls. To the middle for Park. Park gives it to Rossi. Rossi dribbling to the corner of the penalty area. 2 white jerseys come out to get it. He will get back to Ruben. Ruben trying to chip in for Borgesio. Borgesio not going to be able to get a foot on that one. 22nd minute, still scoreless here on Tauron. Picon Panthers and Tauron Bulls here in match number 5 of 6 today. Ball down to Lampard. Lampard tries to chip forward for Emnus. Defense got a foot on it first. Still not all the way out though. Drenth for Lampard. Dangerous down here is Lampard. He's going to dribble in on net, and a diving Vorm comes and takes it off his feet. So crisis averted momentarily, at least there for Tauron. As Alessio will lose it out. Oh, he will win the challenge. So Alessio will win the throw for Tauron. As the Bulls once again move forward with Park. Down to Cersei. Cersei gives it back to Park, who tries to dribble it back towards the middle of the pitch. Ruben picks it up at the midfield dot. He will leave it for Lavezzi. Very slow on the build-up is this Tauron team, and another attempted ball into Borgesio. Sails a little bit longer than he can get to. Something Tauron might want to consider working on in the weekly training sessions. Those long balls and those attempted balls to Borgesio on his runs have not been good at all. There's another one that I'm not quite sure who that was actually intended to. Just nowhere near a blue jersey. Here's Park once again. Gives it to Borgesio. He's going to try to dribble it in himself this time. Got a little tripped up. No whistle play on, says the official. As Gabriel Silva will possess for Picon. He loses it right away to Borgesio. Back coming Tauron's way. Picon will return the favor and take possession back across the midfield stripe. Back and forth game here. Again, still scoreless. Both teams with maybe one or two chances, but nothing major. Ball off the post for Tauron. It is as close that we have come. As Rossi with the steal. Here's maybe an opportunity now. He is trying to run around Digny, and Digny has nothing of it. He will pass it back to Casillas for the clearance. Ball forward for the substitute Emnes. He will win the throw. This throw is for Lampard. All the way across. I think it was attempted for Negredo. Ball kind of lost steam halfway across the pitch and didn't get to him. Cersei was able to get the foot on it first. Here's Park now. Trying to send Borgesio. Ball headed away, but Park will get it back. Chipped forward for Borgesio, and again over his head, and Casillas with the easy pickup. Casillas rolls it out to Thiago. Here's Lampard. Forward for Emnes. Attempted ball through for Cersei, got picked up by Olsen. Again, another Tauron through ball that's just got a little too much on it. Here is Gabriel Silva had the first possession for Picon. Peruzzi knocked it out for Tauron, so Picon will keep it. Here's Drenth. Borgesio on the ball now for Tauron, trying to move around a couple of defenders. Sliding challenge by Olsen will knock it out of play. We are still looking for the icebreaker here. Tauron and Picon still locked at a 0-0. This ball for Borgesio. Up to Ruben. Thiago, nice defensive stand for Picon to take it away. Emnes walking with a little bit of a limp as well. He's already a substitute in. Picon does not want to have to make two substitutions here for the same position. Thiago trying to get it to Gabriel Silva. Cersei got in front of it first. And he will attempt to march it up the pitch. Couple white jerseys surround him. He'll pass it back to Amorim. Amorim dribbling it down towards the near side touchline. Trying to find some solace down here. Can't do it. He has it taken away. Gabriel Silva wants to make a run forward for Picon. He gives it up to Negredo. Negredo back to Silva. Silva leaves it for Olsen. Olsen for Tiago in the middle of the pitch. Picon trying to find an alley to move it forward here. Tiago trying to dribble around Lavezzi. Lavezzi makes a good defensive stand. Ball intercepted near midfield. Lampard trying to come forward with it. Now here's Drenth. Couple of blue jerseys get a foot on it, but it will be outletted to Gabriel Silva. Silva's going to dribble into the penalty area. Tries to get it turned and centered. Peruzzi makes a good defensive stop for Tauron. And it will be cleared all the way out of danger for Park. Now Borgesio. Gives it back to the middle for Park. Has a run in the middle for Park. I don't think he sees it. He's instead going to dribble it there himself. Now finds Ruben. More towards the penalty area. But another good defensive stand by Picon. Here's Lampard. Dribbles around a couple. Has Emnes up front. Emnes tried to split the defense, but he's a little gimpy. Didn't have his full jets. And it will be taken away by Tauron. Bad news for Picon if they have two players injured, especially two players at the same position as Lavezzi trying to come forward. He will drop it back for Ruben. Ruben ball forwarder for Rossi. Rossi staring at two defenders. He will lose it to Tiago for Picon. And coming back all the way forward now is Johnson for the Panthers. He's going to make a really good run at this. Johnson's still on it. He's going to dribble it all the way into the penalty area. Looking for a cross now. 3 blue jerseys converge, but it will turn into a corner kick. Tiago will take it. 2 white jerseys at the penalty spot. That's driven over the spot. Lampard managed to get ahead to it, but was falling backwards too far that he couldn't quite direct it on net. You see Lampard really has to back up for that one, and as he's leaning backwards, can't angle the ball the way that he needs to. So we'll go out for a Tauron goal kick. 42nd minute. We are still scoreless here on Tauron. Tauron looking to avoid their 3rd draw in a row. Picon looking to pick up their 2nd win. As Johnson makes a nice little move around the defense. Tries to get it to the penalty area. But it got cleared out before it could get there. Ball headed back in, but Ruben's there to pick it up now for Tauron. And Alicio just puts a big boot on it downfield. Borgesio will give chase. He's in an arm battle with Olsen. Looks like Olsen's going to get there first. And Olsen does, but his clearance does not manage to stay in play, so a bit of a deeper throw here coming for Tauron. Cersei will put it back into play for Park. Park tried to head it back and whiffed, and it will be picked up by Picon. Cersei forward for Ruben as they're taken away by Drenth. 30 seconds plus stoppage time left here in half number 1. That will be out for, I believe, a Picon throw. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added on here. Didn't think there was that much stoppage, but I guess the injury added to that quite a bit. As Heitinga sends it forward. Here's Ruben giving it to Park for Tauron. All the way up to the far side for Lavezzi. Lavezzi's going to dribble it back down towards the middle of the pitch. Now switch fields for Cersei. He will lose it to Gabriel Silva. Bad touch by Cersei. Easy pickup for Silva and Picon. Silva wants to dribble. Sends it off the face of the defender. Whatever works, I guess. Drenth will pick it up on the back side of that. Here's Lampard. Trying to move it back towards the middle. Time winding down here in half number 1. Has Negredo. Ball through for Emnes. Emnes runs into a wall of blue jerseys and it will be cleared away. There's Borgesio coming back the other way now. Official checks his watch. Says there still hasn't been enough time passed. Chip forward for Ruben. Tiago gets a foot on it. He will backheel it for Digny, and Digny will clear it up but not out as Park keeps it alive. Ball through to Borgesio now. Into the penalty area for Ruben. Ruben driving in from the 6. Has the shot. And a nice diving save by Casillas, but it will turn into a corner kick late in the half here. You see from the top of the 6-yard box, and a great diving save. Trying to hold on to it was Casillas. Couldn't quite get there. Lavezzi hits the corner, curls one towards the line, and an easy grab for Casillas. Almost looked like he was trying to shoot that, and that will draw the halftime whistle here. We are knotted up 0 apiece. Tauron and Picon in a good one here at halftime. Tauron in a familiar position. Here we see some of the highlights from the first half. There's Negredo's attempted ball in. Couldn't quite get there. Lavezzi with the same thing a couple minutes later on the other side. Here is the big one. Ball off the post, and an attempted shot by Cersei could not quite, just ever so slightly, curl it in that near post. There's a nice diving save by Vorm, and then right at the end of the half, the corner kick that was picked up. So here you see the shots. 3 for Tauron, 1 of them on target. 2 for picon, none of them on target. Tauron winning the possession battle here, 54-46. And a couple injuries from picon that we're going to have to keep our eye on as well. We will be back here momentarily with the start of half number 2. Welcome back here to half number 1. Excuse me, half number 2. My apologies. Tauron and picon tied after half number 1. Tauron, the Bulls, in the blue and yellow striped jerseys, they will be moving right to left this half. Picon in the white and red will be moving the other way, left to right. Quick injury update. Ebnis, they say he has a sprained knee. He will stay in the game, but that does not sound like a fun injury to be playing on. Lee Dong-gook, injury report on him as well. It is a fractured ankle for sure. They're going to do x-rays tomorrow to see how bad it is, how much time he will miss, but substituted out of this game, and more than likely will miss at least 1 or 2 more. So bad news on the injury front for picon. As Park gives it up to Rossi here on the near side. Rossi. Emnes picks it up for picon. He's going to move forward for Johnson. Johnson dribbles around Lavezzi. Johnson has a chance to run it into the penalty area here. Alicio playing catch-up. Does manage to get there, and best he can do is knock it out for a corner kick. So Thiago will take the corner. 3 white jerseys in the box this time. He's going to drive one to the spot. A couple heads went up for it. Nobody came down with it. Lampard airmails one from outside of the area. So Vorm will put it back into play here. 49th minute, still scoreless. Tauron and picon. Tauron has drawn already twice this season. As it's going to be chipped forward for Gabriel Silva, headed away. Drenth tries to put it back in. Silva had left that spot though. And Tauron will play it up to Bergesio. Bergesio gives it up to Ruben here on the near side. Ruben down to Lavezzi. Lavezzi trying to work it back to the middle, looking for a centering lane. He will dribble around his defenders, have it with the left, and not quite sure if he was trying to put that one on net or just center it, but it sails over the crossbar. Ball attempted for Emnes. Loses the head in the air with his sprained knee, but Negredo will pick him up on the backside. It's going to be chipped over for Lampard, but Vorm comes off his line and will scoop it up. Dangerous ball through there. Good awareness by Vorm to come out and get it. Park loses the challenge in the air. Here's Thiago moving now for picon. Picon loses it to Amorim from Tauron. Johnson tried to get it through. Ball hit Lavezzi in the face. He comes down away with it. He gives it off to Rossi now. Chance for the Bulls. Down for Park. Park had a nice little run into the penalty area. Now he's going to stop it back out. Takes the shot. Got deflected before it ever got to the net, and it will be cleared away. Cersei trying to move it back in now for Tauron. They will once again give it up to Park. Park for Bergesio. Lampard gets a foot on it to clear it out. Lampard ran all the way back to play defense there. A couple switches forcing the midfielder to go back and play on the back line, but he did it admirably. Here's Cersei. A little bit of a trip. Official says play on. Cersei will give it back up to Ruben, who passes to Bergesio in the middle. Ball through now to Rossi. Tauron still trying to move forward. Rossi all the way into the box. Has the shot. Kick save. And a rebound goal for Bergesio. Tauron has broken the ice in the 54th minute. Boy, that net just looks absolutely huge when you are that wide open. There's the shot. You see a great kick save by Casillas, really all he could do with it, but it gives up the rebound, and Burgesio drives it home in the 56th. So 1-0 Tauron here. There's the ball up to Gabriel Silva. He tries to get it to Negredo, nothing doing. Ruben Amorim blocks that one out. That is a great goal by the Bulls to give them some momentum and to break the ice. I thought we were going to be looking at another 0-0 draw here. That is going to be out for a Tauron throw. Picon needs to regroup now. Their offense has not looked stellar at all here today. They need to figure something out, and in a hurry. The Tauron defense has been very solid. I think Tauron as a team is very defensively solid, as here's Emnes coming forward. He's got a nice ball through to Lampard. Lampard tries to chip it forward to himself. Instead, he's going to give it off to Silva. Silva has a run in at it. Silva won too many dribbles. Heitinga got back just in time, and Vorm was able to come out and smother it. If Gabriel Silva hits that before he takes that second dribble with the left, he may have a goal. At least he's got a chance for a rebound goal. Here's Silva once again. Leaves it for Negredo, far side of the penalty area. Peruzzi for Tauron heads out to check on him, and Peruzzi will win the challenge cleanly. Here's Burgesio, passes it back to Peruzzi. Drenth dribbling in. He's going to give it to Negredo. Negredo tries to turn around Peruzzi. Peruzzi with a great defensive stand once again. And now coming back the other way are the Bulls. Park sends it up for Rossi. Rossi going to see that he had nothing. Tried to leave it back for Morim. Instead sent it out of play. Park chipping forward. And that's just going to be headed back. Well, thought it was going to be headed back to the keeper. Didn't get enough on it. Now Burgesio. Good defensive play there by Sagna for Picon. And that will be out for the Tauron throw. Here's Lampard trying to come forward with it. Nice diving challenge from behind. Dangerous diving challenge, but it worked out. And that will go out for a Picon throw. 64th minute, so plenty of time. Tauron leads it 1-0 here over the Panthers of Picon. Here's Drenth. Johnson with it here on the near side. He's being worked over by Lavezzi. Johnson trying to move it back to the middle now. Drenth runs into a wall. He's going to pull it back out. Try to go to the corner. Nothing doing there. Tauron able to stop it, and they will pass it back to Vorm, who will clear it off his line. Again, Tauron is a very, very good defensive team. They are desperately trying to hold on to this one-goal lead here. They do not let a lot of balls through. Their back line is very, very solid. As Park will dribble it up for the Bulls. He tries to send Lavezzi here down on the near side. And as has been the theme today, overshoots him. Casillas boots it back into play. Ball one in the air looked like by Tauron, but Picon will possess in the midfield. Ball sent forward for Negredo now. He works around Peruzzi. Negredo trying to dribble it into the penalty area. Has the shot, and it's just punched over by Vorm. Boy, that was a dangerous attempt with the left from Negredo. Here's the corner kick. Thiago's going to curl one towards the line. Lampard has tied it. Boy, everybody forgot to mark Frank Lampard, and his head did not miss this time. Looked like the same play they ran the first time. This one was hit a little better. Lampard didn't have to go back to get it, and Lampard easily strikes it past the far post. So Picon ties it up in the 68th minute. And Tauron, once again, looks like they are destined for a draw. Still plenty of time, though. Ball down to Lavezzi here on the near side. Lavezzi trying to dribble around his man, tries to send one in with the left, and will find the front row with it instead. The long ball passing from Tauron has been absolutely abysmal here today, as that will be chipped forward for Park. Park wants to drive now. Too many white jerseys for that idea to be a good one, as it's taken away by picon. And Gabriel Silva will possess here for the Panthers. He's got forward for Negredo. Negredo tried to thread it through. Heitinga for Tauron did a great job of stamping that one out. Oh, long ball forward for Park. Tiago steps up to make sure that one doesn't go anywhere. Headed back towards the middle of the pitch. Heitinga once again for Tauron will snuff out any potential picon attack, as Lavezzi tries to move forward now for the Bulls. He will lose it to Johnson. Johnson has a little bit of a run going. Tries to send a centering pass into Negredo. Got deflected out. Now back out to Johnson. Johnson in the penalty area has the shot, and a nice save by Vorm to hold on to that tie. That was a bit of a defensive breakdown there by Tauron. A couple balls got deflected, and somehow Johnson came out of the pack with it. So here's Tiago to hit another one. This one driven again towards the back of the box. Negredo got the head on it this time, not able to really get anything behind it. Couldn't get it on net. Here's Lampard. Ball forward now for Emnes. Remember, Emnes playing on that sprained knee. Back to Lampard. Hit the crossbar. Tiago will pick up the rebound. Dribbling in. Attempted to send it to Lampard. Lampard made the wrong run, and it will be taken away by Tauron. Boy, Frank Lampard had the chance to be the hero. Instead hit the crossbar. Now ball through the other way. Park is through the defense. Park running on net. Has the shot. Nice save. Lavezzi will pick it up on the back end. Has a couple dribbles. Passes to Rossi. Rossi has the shot and a goal. Just inside that near crossbar. That looked like it went in slow motion, but Rossi has given his squad the lead in the 74th minute. Attack and counterattack, and Tauron the beneficiaries. Here's Lavezzi. Rossi didn't get a great hit on it, but a late dive by Casillas, and Tauron takes the lead. That might be one that Casillas is kicking himself about. He probably should have had that. Johnson now moving forward for picon. 75th minute, and that immediately will induce a little bit of panic here in the picon Panthers. Johnson down to the corner. Now dribbles it back to the penalty area. Gives it off to Tiago, who has it taken off his feet. Boy, how beautiful that looked for picon. Lampard had a golden opportunity at a goal, hit the crossbar, and just like that on the counterattack, Tauron puts one in the back of the net. Lampard gives it up to Negredo. They will try to go wide now for Gabriel Silva. Silva back down to Negredo. Negredo chipping forward. I think he was looking for Tiago. Elisiu got a head on it for Tauron before it ever got there. Park now gives it up to Bergesio. He's going to find Cersei in a wide position. Cersei dribbling it back now to the middle of the pitch, trying to send Bergesio. Casillas comes off his line to snatch that one up. Here's Lampard in the middle now for picon. He gives it off to Tiago. Nice slide by Ruben, but Tiago's able to pick it up. Ball through to Drenth. Drenth has the shot, and we are tied. Picon refuses to go quietly as Drenth ties it in the 79th minute. It was a great sliding effort right there, but the effort was not good enough, and then a simple ball through a fantastic run to the top of the box, and we are tied at 2 apiece once again. And Tauron just has to be saying, what do we have to do? Here's Rossi. Gives it up to Bergesio. And right now the answer to that question is Tauron has to score another goal. 79th minute, 11 to play plus stoppage time. There will be a couple minutes here for the goals that have been scored. All 4 of these goals coming here in half at number 2. Here's a ball for Rossi. Good job to get ahead on that by the picon back line. Not all the way out though. Ruben going to chip for Cersei. Cersei is through. Flag stays down. Cersei has the shot. And there is that third goal. They are coming fast and furious here. 80th minute. Cersei has put his team back on top. I think Casillas Casillas thought that ball was going to go wide. He didn't really make an effort on it, as there you see Cersei clearly onside, has the shot, and Casillas just kind of frozen as it goes past him. So Tauron leads it 3-2 in an offensive outburst here in the second half. Forward now for Thiago. Picon needs another one here. 9 minutes and change left to play. They have risen to the challenge twice already. Can they do it a third time? Gabriel Silva trying to work around Ruben Amorim. A nice sliding challenge by Amorim. Wins it cleanly. He's going to give it off to Lavezzi. Lavezzi carries it forward now. All the way through for Ezequiel Lavezzi. Goes down and he will draw the free kick for Tauron. Cersei stands over it. He will rip one, and he mishit that badly as it heads up into the fourth row. There you see the shots. 10 for Tauron, 7 for Picon. The offense has really picked up here in the second half. Tired defensive legs, I'm guessing, are to blame, as that's going to be out for a Tauron throw. Drenth heads down to pick it up. Lead is just 1. 83rd minute. Picon has scored to level this one twice already. They are looking for another late miracle. Tauron did it to Sagittarian last week. They are trying to avoid the reverse happening to them here this week, as that was lost out for a Tournese throw. Ruben gives it off to Park. Park back to Ruben. Lampard with a sliding challenge, gets up and goes and wins it. Good hustle there by Frank Lampard. He's going to send the ball through to Negredo. Negredo is past his man. Negredo has the shot, chips it over the keeper, and we are tied again. That is a beautiful piece of football there by Negredo. Saw the keeper was off his line, got a little tricky, just chipped it over his head, and Negredo has tied it in the 85th minute. Just a little flip, and that was all that it took. Nothing Vorm can do. He does the right thing to come off his line and try and smother it, but Negredo just a little bit trickier, ties it at 3 apiece. That goal coming in the 85th minute, just 5 plus stoppage time to play. There should be a decent amount of stoppage time, considering 6 goals have been scored here in half number 2. Ball chipped forward. Thiago's trying to run it down for Picon. Alicio gets there first for Tauron. Here's Bergesio. Well, we had some low-scoring games to start the week, but the offense has picked up here in the second half, as that's going to be through for both for this game and for the week, as that pass attempted to be get through. Here's Thiago with a chance now. Send forward for Emnes. Emnes dribbles around Rossi. He's going to be into the penalty area. He is free. Tries to slide a pass to the middle. Heitinga's there to snuff that one out. The pass didn't really have anything on it anyway. Bergesio moves it up now. He leaves it for Cersei. Cersei dribbling in. Gabriel Silva takes it off his feet for Picon. Not quite sure who that pass was going to be intended to. Lavezzi picked it up for Tauron on the backside. 88th minute. 3 apiece here. Lavezzi trying to score what you would think would be the game winner, but the way this one going, nothing is for certain. Here's Cersei dribbling it back now to the top of the semicircle. Has the shot, got deflected away. Didn't see who got a back on it, but they deflected it before it ever got to the net. Lampard clears for Drenth. Drenth makes a nice little move around his defender. Forward now for Negredo. Ball taken off his feet. Lavezzi will possess for Tauron. 2 minutes of stoppage time are all that are going to be added on here. Seems a little low, but that is what the official has decided. Bergesio was the intended recipient of that pass. Thiago got a foot on it before it got there for Picon. Thiago looking for something to do with it. Rossi gets a foot. Now Bergesio, maybe one last chance here for Tauron. He gives it up for Park. Park dribbling around his defense. Park was the hero last week, but Thiago makes sure that for now at least he is not the hero this week, but a corner kick coming for Tauron. Lavezzi will hit it. Sends it to the top of the 18-yard box. Headed away. Alicio will hold, And he will also airmail one over the top of the crossbar. Casillas just going to play it short. Here's Johnson with it for picon. Official checking his watch. We are getting close to the end here. Lampard over for Tiago. Back down to Lampard. Gives it off to Negredo. Negredo up to Tiago, and there is your full-time whistle. Tauron and picon battle to a 3-3 draw. All 6 goals coming in the second half. It was an entertaining one to watch. Unfortunately for Tauron, it means another point. So they have 3 points in 3 matches. Let's take a look at the final numbers. 3 goals on 12 shots for Tauron, 8 of those on target. They held possession 51% of the time. Picon with 3 goals on 8 shots, 4 of them on target. 32 tackles, couple fouls, couple corner kicks. But all in all, a very entertaining match that wound up as a 3-all draw. We have one more match left here on the docket today. Hope that you stay tuned for Aquarion and Geminon coming up next.